What's up, guys? Black House here with the Games Revolution, and in this video I'm gonna be talking to you about a childhood story about a homeless guy that I used to give money to like almost every week consistently. And this is like when I was really young, and I was like I wasn't even like in teens or pre-teen. Like I was like really young, and I used to go to like whenever I used to go do errands with my mom, like go to the supermarket, go to the laundromat, and that's like before I moved into the project. So we used to go to the laundromat, to the supermarket, and all those shopping places in the same area, because that's like it was like a certain area around where we live, like a couple blocks away, where everything was at. Like it was like right next to each other, and you didn't have to do any like travel far to go to each different place. And I used to like every time I used to pass this homeless guy, I used to always go to my mom and or like my dad and be like, yo, can you give me like a $5? And then I used to go give it to them, or like if I had $10 or $1, I used to always give it to them. And like the reason why I'm making this video is because like I didn't understand why why it was like a big deal that I gave him money. And it's not even like a bragging thing, like, oh, I gave a homeless guy money. Is that I'm gonna tell you his story. And the reason why I just recently not recently, but like maybe a year and a half ago, I found out why he was homeless. And like it was really sad. So I found out that he was a guy that we used to know, right? And his wife and kid, I think it was his son, and they lived like right near us, and there was a fire at his place, and he lost his wife and he lost his kid. And when something like that happens to somebody, like you don't really know how they're gonna react, because like I don't want to sound like an asshole, but like, oh, I just lost a son, that's it, that's not that bad as, oh, I lost my wife and my son, like, and vice versa. Like you just lost the only two people in your life that you really cared about, to like a sense, like because he was older, like it's not like he was young, so his parents were probably dead, and probably didn't have like a close relationship with anybody else, because like it's his son and his wife. Like those are the strongest relationships you have. And like your relationship with your son or is gonna be better than your relationship than your parents. It's gonna be stronger. And with your wife, it's gonna be up there. So I found out that he lost his wife and son in a fire, and that's why he was homeless, because he just like snapped, and not like crazy, like he went crazy and started stabbing people or something like that. It's just that after the fire, he didn't go to work, and he started drinking, and then he just stopped drinking and going to work, and the only thing he did was like smoke and just sit outside. And like that's how he became homeless, because of like a tragedy, like something bad happened to him. And like he would just like you would just see him, like he always looked sad, and that's like one of the reasons why I always gave him money when I saw him, because like I didn't even know that, because obviously I was a young kid, and my mom is not gonna tell me like, oh, his wife and son died in a fire and that's why he's here. Like you don't tell that to little kids. And like he always looked sad, and like he looked like Santa Claus, basically. Like he ended up looking like Santa Claus. Over the years he grew like a really nice white beard, and I mean it was dirty, obviously, because he was sleeping on the floor and he was homeless. But like he grew a nice white big beard, fluffy beard, and he would just look sad, and like you just see him smoking sometimes. Like he stopped drinking too. Like it wasn't like he was homeless and he was using the money I gave him to go buy a beer or something like that, because he really didn't drink. Like you always saw him, you never saw him like drinking. Like you just always saw him either smoking or just sitting there or sleeping. Like that's all he did. Obviously he did eat, but that's all he did. And I always like felt like that when I gave him money, he got happy, like he smiled, and it's like other people gave him money and stuff like that, and he didn't really smile, he didn't really care. But when I came with my mom or that, he always like give me a smile, and like I always thought like, yo, that's like a nice thing to do, to like making somebody smile after something like that. Even though I was young and I didn't know that he lost his wife and son in a fire, which is like a terrible way to like lose them. I just always felt like, why not bring joy to people when when you have the opportunity. And like I'm pretty sure like every that day of the week when I went with my mom to the supermarket or to the laundromat, like that would make him happy. And it wasn't even money. Sometimes I didn't have money. Sometimes we stopped by like McDonald's and I didn't finish all my food. I'll go give him my food. And just because, like, I don't know, he like that smile that I would bring to him, I was like, I don't know, I felt good. And my mom used to always like encourage me to do good things, and like she would never tell me to go give him any money or give him food or anything like that. And I mean, she probably wouldn't wanted me to give him that much money or food, because like over the years, I ended up giving him a lot of money, because it was like every week I would either give him food or some cash, like $5, $1, or like sometimes I gave him 10 when my dad was around and he gave me like a whole bunch of money for allowance. But like stuff like that, like she always encouraged me to be nice and do good things for others. And like I just always thought about like that, like he's in a bad situation, like he's not happy. You can obviously tell he's not happy, but I make him smile when I give him money, or we just go say what's up. And yeah, so I always thought like that was like a cool thing, like for my childhood. And like when like a year ago or a year and a half ago, when I found out that that's how became homeless, I was like, that makes sense. Like I was a kid, so I might have reminded him of his son, and it was just a nice thing to do, like for somebody that been through like a loss like that. And it's like some people handle loss bad, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't deserve like a break or like to be happy. So I always thought that it was like a cool thing to do. And the way I found out that that's how he lost his kid is because we were having a conversation like, oh, what would we do if we won the lotto or became rich? And like everybody was like, oh, I'm gonna give you like a grand or like I'm gonna give you like $1 million, or I'm gonna buy each one of your house. And I was like, yo, screw that. If I win the lotto or become rich, none of y'all getting any of it. I'm gonna keep everything 100%. Screw y'all. And I was joking, obviously, but like I always say that. And my cousin, she was like, really? Yo, stop being an asshole. you're gonna buy me a house and shit like that. And then my dad was like, yo, he's just saying that just to say that. And then he told me like when I was a kid that I used to give this guy money, and I was like, yeah, I remember that. And he was like, yeah, that then I asked, yo, I wonder why he was homeless. He was like, oh, you don't know? He was homeless because of this. And I was like, damn. And that's how I found out. Basically, I was making a joke about how I'm gonna be greedy or if I ever become rich and stuff. And then my dad just like he bring it up. And then from there I just wondered like how somebody becomes homeless. Like, I mean, I know how somebody becomes homeless, but different situations mean different things. And that was always cool. Like I like the fact that I actually found out. I haven't seen him in a while. I mean, I haven't lived in the area that I used to live in for a while. I've been living in the projects for like a whole really long time. And before I moved to the projects, I thought I stopped seeing him. And like, see, I hope that he went to like a homeless shelter and got some help or something like that. And that's what I hope. But like, he might have died or something might have happened to him, and I don't know, but like I choose to believe that he got help, because like in the last few years before like he went missing, like disappeared on me, like I noticed a change in him. Like sometimes like you'll notice that his beard and clothes was like cleaner, like he just finished it. He took a shower like recently, and you could tell that. And then sometimes you'll see, like I would see him cut off his beard, and like it would be like completely shaved off, like a clean shave. And that's why I say it, hopefully like he got help and went to like a homeless shelter and they gave him therapy for a loss, or he finally got over it. And that sounds like a big deal, like I mean an asshole by saying he finally got over it, but it been a couple years, and that's probably what happened. So yeah. And like, you know what used to like bother me too when I was a little kid? I used to wonder like what he did when it started snowing, because I live in the city, New York City, and the winter gets cold, really cold, and he had blankets, like he had a whole bunch of blankets and like a thick ass coat, like a couple coats. but still, like when I was a little kid, I understood that it snowed and got really cold. So I used to just wonder where he went when it started snowing and stuff like that. So yeah, so hopefully you liked the video about the homeless guy. If you did, leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment saying anything you want to say, and hopefully you did enjoy it. So I'm gonna end the video here, so see you guys later, and don't forget to check out my other videos.
Don't let them deliver the bloody objective. Mission accomplished, but you made that look hard work.